Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Beautiful, beautiful, blessed day for all who rise. Yes. Beautiful moment of meditation. I caught the sunrise this morning. Such a beautiful view. Sun splashing on right now. Looking so, all you can say is just beautiful, majestic. So there's no other than to give praise to Illallah by giving some understanding of how we get to Illallah. Now, there's so many teachings going around that you may just need to know the truth of the truth. Because the lies are workers for truth. Peep game. So we're going to jump in and give some understanding of Illallah. And I hope you know this is sacred. I know it's sacred. I want you to think sacredly. If you're alive, breathe. That's a start. You got life. Now can we go get some understanding to life? Say, I want some understanding to life. I don't want to be no young and dumb. And you know the dumb get dumber. Remember they made the movie Dumb and Dumber, right? You don't want to be young and dumb. I mean, it's cool when you're young. But when you grow out of that young understanding, and now you picked up the understanding of self, now we can start understanding, getting some understanding to life. So Islam, Assalamu, Islamism, Sufi, Assalam. If you heard of the word wisdom, have you heard of the word wisdom? In your life, have you heard of the word wisdom? Matter of fact, let's see if we can get some screen action. We're going to see what is wisdom according to their etymology. Let's see. Wisdom is a noun. A noun? As a noun, wisdom says this come from Old English. That Old English. Drinking on that Old English back. They was drinking on that Old English. Wisdom. Knowledge, learning, experience. From wis. From wis. Let's follow the link to wis. Wis means as an adjective, learned, sagacious, cunning, sane, prudent, discreet, experienced, having the power of discerning and judging rightly. And we still don't have a date. Okay, more modern slang meaning aware. It say cunning, but it should say pruning, or cunning. You cooning, cunning, canooning. All right, and then it says first attested 1896. That is too young. That is too young to be wisdom. But we like wise. As an English word, let's see. As a noun, the way of proceeding. As a noun, wise is considered the way of proceeding. As we proceed, this is the wise, the way. The custom, the habit, the manner, the condition, the state, circumstance. The way, the manner, the approach. And as a verb, make wise or knowing. Make wise or knowing. And that's what we have. We have this word wisdom. And it attests back to certain meanings. But let's go back past the time and date of their idea of what wisdom is. Did you know that W's was considered a vowel? So in certain cultures that are in nature Moorish, meaning, black, W's are vowels. Along with the other vowels, too. These are ancient tones. And so, just for a fact, wisdom means Islam. The word wisdom comes from the word Islam. Yes, Islam if you know your language, D and L are interchangeable letters in cultural linguistics. And so when they wanted to create a little non-Islam, they had to create from Islam. And so from Islam, you get wisdom. Okay? So I know you have been told other things that Islam means: to submit, to the submission. See, and that's mainstream. That's mainstream. If you dig deeper than what you are told by mainstream, you will find the same. And the same, I mean the self. Islam means wisdom. You hear the rhyme? So this is what they did not want you to have, is something called wisdom. Say, with all thy getting, my G, get wisdom. So if we was able to retranslate that into its older terms, they would say, with all thy getting, get Islam. Why Islam? Islam means wisdom. But we're going to give you a more specific bounce to your ounce. In English, or let's just say Western philosophy, wisdom is looked at from the view as philosophy, but they don't have the explanation right. The love of wisdom is a word meaning philosophy. But the philosophy they are speaking about is not the pure, because just like wisdom is not the pure, you can't get to the essence with the false name. I don't know if we can understand that. You can't find your biological father with a false name. So if wisdom is a derivation, a derivative of something pre-existing prior to, then you can only go as far back. You see how far back they took us when we looked at their etymon. It didn't take us back to no culture, say Old English. They drank the Old English. Come on now, we know drinking Old English ain't got nothing to do with wisdom, and forbid that drunk people are the most wisest. I know they put images called on films, called movies, to show you drunken masters and things in such nature of blaspheming holiness. Not true. So I pan you to change your opinion to truth. Pan away from opinion and become focused on truth. Now, when we or me say Islam, I'm saying something that predates and where the word wisdom comes from. And let me give you more further premonition. And then suitable, should I? Yeah, suitable. So you'll see it backs me up. All right? It backs me up. Now, the way is called, we seen it on the screen earlier, wise. Okay? So we have to understand, so if wisdom ain't the true word, then wise ain't the true word. Those are renditions from derivations. So these two words is very significant, because if only the wise have wisdom, then we must understand that it's something with this wisdom and wise. And we just discovered the wisdom is the Islam. So you cannot be wise and not know what is. You can't be wise and not understand what is long. You did. See, 5 was all, we're going to say Moorish right now, but we're saying black people, and then we're going to get even more in depth into where did the word black come from. See, all this is in your Islamism, but they took you and mixed you into the schism, made you go into all these other facts, but not truths. And they made you believe certain ideas, forming your ideology, reproducing a philosophy, altering your psychology. Now you got altered states of mind, altered states of thinking, stopping you when it's used to be as natural as blinking. But now, due to the lack of Islam, now you have no wisdom. Now, instead of wise, you fall into dumb. You go away from what is. When I went away from what is, it became what it ain't. You wish ain't. You wish this ain't. So I advise Islam. Now, Islam means, see, this is what they don't tell you that wisdom is. If you go look up wisdom, as we did, they did not reference a who or a subject. They gave a description. Okay, experience, knowledge, learning, the power to rightly discern. What? My finger doing this? My hand, my thumb, my toe? What? See, and this is what they didn't want you to know, because it solved all. It's the solvent of all solutions. See, Islam is not only the universal solvent. Islam, it is what it is. You remember you used to say that. That was a certain way of life you used to live. But then you got distracted by these so-called religions when they didn't produce no way of life but only ideas for you to be flushed down the drain into the hole of the abyss. At the outer edge, they want you to be because you didn't know the ledge. You didn't know the ledge to the edge, and edge is not good, y'all. That's called extremes. Too far. So we have to understand when they say dirty morals. Let me spruce that up a little bit. Let me spruce that up a little bit. I feel I'm qualified. I put in enough work. I have the proof to back me. I don't have to bring it on the screen, but I have the proof to back me. And I ain't gonna hold you too much longer. But emphasis needs to be drawn that if you feel lost, there's no need to feel lost. Just go to your nearest just go to your closest. And this is more closer to you than your own breath. What you have to go nowhere. You not lost. It's closer to you than your own breath. And that's why we needed Islam, because Islam means. Because of what Islam means. Now, I know we've been told it means submission. It means to submit. See, and then we say the will. Oh, see, and we don't use G-O-D. See, these are no-nos, right? And in some points you have your yes. But the power of discerning and judging rightly was a partial description of wise. So, Bible speaks of wisdom, at the beginning, in the beginning. Wisdom. It's referring to Islam. Oh yeah, we're finna get to it and we're finna close out. Wisdom is a later date modern word for a practice that people seen others doing. And what the people was doing that others seen them do, that they who was thinking about what the people was actually doing, they called it wisdom. The people doing it, what they was doing was called Islam. Now the definition of wisdom is Islam. But the definition of Islam is self-knowledge. Self-knowledge is what Islam means. And so the greatest goal is education. And Islam is considered the way. So Islam, self-knowledge, is considered the way. The way is considered Sufiyan. 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 Now, we have the word Sufyan. A Sufyan is what Islam is. So one who has self-knowledge is called a Sufyan. One who knows the way of wisdom. One who knows the way of Islam. One who knows the Sufyan is Salam. And we call this grand. We call this majestic magnificence Illallah. He who knows self knows Allah. Illallah. Allah Latif. As-salam, salam, Islam.